Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Corey. Well, if there's any season where a guy can get away with wearing a purple business suit, it's probably Easter. I thought, well, with Easter only being 1 week away, I better don this suit again to have coffee with you guys because it's a little bit on the edge anyway with as eye-catching as this suit is. I thought, well, I've got a good reason. It's the Easter season still. But I am not wearing this suit all day long. When we're done having coffee together, I'm gonna put some clothes on that are a little more weather appropriate because we've got to get everything set up for our annual Easter egg hunt. It starts promptly at 10 a.m. I always tell people, be there before 10 a.m. because there'll be hundreds and hundreds of people in almost every year. There's someone scrambling across the parking lot or across the playground trying to get there before the signal's given. And the eggs only last a few minutes. It is like a swarm of locusts going onto the field to get these eggs collected. It's so much fun. We have a great time with it. So hopefully I'll see plenty of familiar faces and get to meet some new folks as well here in a few hours. Looking forward to it. All right, let's get to a few of the items that I wanted to touch on, which it's kind of funny because frankly, I didn't have a ton of things that I really were like, oh, I gotta talk about them. But it ties in perfectly with the song that came on my playlist this morning, actually. Alex Warren's Ordinary. At the beginning of that song, he says, if our time is running out day after day, we'll make the mundane our masterpiece. I love that because what I get to do on a weekly basis, for some people, you know, if there's not any big events going on, it might look mundane, but it is a masterpiece to me every week because I'm so very lucky, we're gonna get to that in a minute, to be able to do what I do. And so it's been another very fun week. And I think being able to take things that to some might seem mundane and make them into your life's masterpiece is really kind of what life's all about. So I want to touch on a few of those things too. Got to see a good buddy of mine that I don't see at the gym very often anymore, and he happened to be there when I came in this morning. So it was great visiting with you, Doug. I always get a kick out of our conversations. And I guess we've never really talked about whether Doug's joining us on Coffee with Corey, but whether you are or whether you aren't, it was fun to see you today. I also want to mention Al Johnson, a pillar of our real estate community, passed away this week, lived a very full and long life, and so many of us looked up to Al, not only from a real estate perspective, but one of the conversations that I had with a colleague this week, I thought was very telling about Al. She said, you know, every time I talked to Al, he always mentioned his family. You could tell how immensely proud he was of them and how the fabric of family was just woven into his life. And that made me smile. I know it would make Al smile too, because so many of us that reach, you know, any level of success in the business or the industry that you're in, people want to talk about them in those terms. And I've often said that when it's all done for me, I'd really rather be remembered as a good person and a good friend than a good business person or real estate agent. And Al definitely embodied that. So shout out to you, my friend, and and to everybody that cared about Al. I want to wrap this week with a quote that I saw from Morgan Freeman, and I foreshadowed it a little bit yesterday on my social media because I oftentimes I'll tell people how lucky I am. I always feel very lucky to be able to do what I do, know the people that I know, and the quote from Morgan Freeman was, "It's not luck. Oftentimes it can be someone praying for you and you don't even know it." I thought that was such a great way to look at that. And I know there's people joining me today that are having coffee with me, that have kept me in their prayers through different trials and tribulations, or even on the pathways to success through my life. And it was fun to read that quote and think about the fact that there's people out there rooting for you and praying for you, rather than just leaving everything to luck. And so I wanted to let you guys know that I will continue trying to pray it forward, so to speak, and keep all of you in my thoughts and prayers as well. Yeah, that the things that are most important to you in life come your way. So powerful stuff from Morgan Freeman. That guy's got a lot of them. And that was the one that I really wanted to share with you guys today. So thanks so much for joining me as you do every week, and I hope to see you next time at Coffee with Kory.